What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for joining the panel. Miss Blue, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Mr. Alban, thank you for joining us over here.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad Blue's here because now, people won't have to, come in just to see two guys here. At least they have beautiful Blue to look at.
Oh, geez.
Instead of trying to look at my mug.
I'm sexy, and I know it. No. So, hey, thanks for everyone joining the show. Here we are at episode 125. 125 episodes. 125. Wow. Yeah. Keep rolling along, and I'd like to thank everyone for joining us over the side chat. Let's take a look at who here. We've got Red, again, joining in the side chat. Degs, Stuart, Sohal, thank you for joining us. Eddie, TK, what's up? Let's see. Mr. E, thank you for joining us. The Beach, thank you. And actually, we're going to talk about the subject that you had sent me a message on, The Beach. So, Steve, George, thank you for joining us. I love Friday. It's like Saturday without the hangover. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. Oh, time to get on the show there.
Yeah.
Crazy Canuck, hello. Diana L. Actually, nice to see you, Diana. Let's see, who else we got over here? I think that's people that early in the show. Canuck Gal. So maybe if Canuck Gal would like to jump on, maybe, well, I don't know. I'm not going to have much of an after show this week because I'm actually going out with my buddy. We're going to go to the brewery tonight. So pre-gaming.
Are you gonna check with your breathalyzer before you walk out the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna take it. Guy in the couch. Hey, nice to join us. So, all right. So, yeah, nice to have everybody here. I was trying to read through the Beach's stuff. All right, so Shinobi, thank you for joining the chat. Nice to have you. So, anybody, if you would feel free, if you felt froggy and you want to jump on the show, hit up me. Well, don't hit up me. I would suggest to hit up Alban or Blue on Telegram, and we can get you the link. This show is open for anybody that wants to join it. I'm one of the most open live shows that you're going to go to. You're welcome to jump on here, show your face, don't show your face, and share some knowledge, share some things that you find that are really cool, that work for you, that work well. If you have a project, share that project. Let us know about it. Teach other people. That's what this show's about, is about having anybody who wants to come on here to discuss streaming topics to make streaming easier for you. So I'm not sure. Alban, have you had a good week? I know we had Wednesday's show for the Player Pass.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time Wednesday. And remember, everyone out there, you can jump on there Wednesday nights. We have a ball. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good time. And what are our movies for next week?
Next week's movies, of course, I already did them. I did them Wednesday night.
You're like a teacher's pet.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm one of the teachers.
It's Chaos Walking and A Man Called Ovi.
Yeah.
That's right. That was the Beach's pick. The man.
Yeah.
Man called Ovi.
Ovi.
Yeah. Ovi. So, and Chaos Walking. So, interesting week. So, look forward to you guys joining in. Thank you, DeBeach. Look at, he's got it right there. So, welcome anybody that would like to join us on Wednesdays. It's a fun time. You don't have to be no tech talk on there. Oh, again, if you're watching, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, remember that you can vote on those shows if you watch them earlier. You can vote, because I know a lot of you guys can't make it on a Friday night because you're going to go out partying. But if you watched it, you can vote, and this way at least you're still included. All right.
Yes. Yeah. The Telegram chat for Player Pass has a vote, so you can Player Pass for each of the movies, as well as some being able to vote. Sometimes we'll have where you can vote for the movie for that following week. What I was going to say is, if you're watching via Facebook, you're probably going to find that I'm not going to respond to you because I'm not going to see your chat. So I would suggest for you to look for me up on YouTube, watch my video through YouTube, and you'll be able to see me. The Butcher, Da Butcher Builds. I think if you look that up, it's going to be pretty easy to find. You can find my live link, and then we'll be able to see your chat over on the side. As you can see, people over here are able to type, and I'm able to see what they're saying. But if you're talking on Facebook, I won't see it until after the show. So nice to see Bob is in the chat. So nice to see everybody.
What's up, Bob?
Nice to see everybody. So good. We got a few people watching us, and so we'll go through and talk about the streaming news and streaming things that are happening this particular week. One of the things I was going to mention, and I did a video on this, Alban brought it to my attention a few weeks ago because I had suggested people to turn off auto updates if they were worried about their Kodi 18 setup and they were worried about Kodi 19 on their NVIDIA Shields and on their the stuff that's with Google Play. They were worried about that overriding their Kodi 18 setup. And so I had suggested people turn off auto updates, then you don't have to worry about it. Downside of that is that you need to do some manual maintenance. You've got to go into there and actually tell it to update certain things, because just because you don't want the NVIDIA Shield updated, you're going to want some of those other things updated. One of those things, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, was the Google app for Android TV. That updated a few weeks ago, and it updated again this week. And another big one that you're going to want to update is the Android System Web View. It updated a few weeks ago. It updated again in the last couple of days. So if you've turned off auto updates, you're going to want to go into the Google Play Store, look at My Apps, add that, add those items, update those particular items if you're wanting to keep updates off. Plex had a big update. Go ahead, Alban. You want to?
I was going to say about Plex. Don't forget about Plex, because I was going completely out of my mind, as everyone knows, about with the actors when I was looking at them and seeing them doubled and tripled. But with the new update that just came out, it fixes that. So, and it does quite a bunch of other things. So you should really load it up.
Yeah. And there again, and I want to say for me, I saw that. I saw one for Disney. Disney had an update. I want to say Amazon Music had an update for me. And again, there'll be some updates that I'm not going to have, or I'm going to have that you don't have. Depends on what's installed on your device. So if you're having NVIDIA Shield through the Google Play Store and you turned off auto updates for the NVIDIA Shield because you didn't want the 18 or the 19 update for Kodi, you're going to need to want to go through there and update the other stuff. The other thing that I was going to suggest to people is, if we're at a point now that sometimes people can't keep up with maintenance on items like that. They forget and they're like, hey, Plex isn't working, or Disney Plus ain't working, and they're it's screwed up. And it's just because there may be an update. This may be a time for you to think about possibly installing a fork of Kodi. And I have some videos on installing forks. It's not hard, very simple to do. Install a fork of Kodi 18, install it. Take your current setup that's on 18 and create a backup. Almost all wizards have a backup feature. It'll create a small zip file. And you can take that file and install it on the fork. By using the same wizard, you can basically move your setup that's on your legitimate Kodi and move it over to your Kodi fork. I would suggest for people to do that. That may be something you want to look into, because then if you do that, if you install Kodi,
let me just make a quick point. Maybe you made it when I was watching TV here, but it's 18 to 18 though, right? Or 19 to 19, not
yes. Good point. Yes, and that's my point. Yeah, you're very. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, that's for if you're on 18, it may be time to install a fork of 18. Take that build that you got on 18, create a zip, install it on the fork version. Then you can turn your auto updates back on for Google, and it doesn't matter if Kodi overwrites your 18, the one from the Google Play Store, because you'll have a fork of it. And so you'll run off of that. Then that forked version, you never have to worry about it updating. It's going to be just like it is, whatever version, 18.9, 18.8, whatever it is, it's going to stay that way. So that may be a suggestion for people to think about. If you're not going to want to keep up with the Google Play Store updates, maybe take a few minutes to create a backup, put it in a zip file, install it as a fork, and go with that. So I know that Blue doesn't really use Kodi. Use it just limited. Now, Alvin, do you use it at all?
Use what, Kodi?
Mhm.
I'm just playing back around with it again. I'm still
Okay.
stuck in this dark hole complex that's consuming all of my time. Thank you,
Mhm.
Blue. And I love Plex so much. I really do.
Yeah.
So
That's and people get this show's about streaming options. I mean, even if you want to be a Netflix person, you cut the cord and you're like, well, I'm Netflix and Hulu, Disney Plus, fine, if that works for you. Guy on the couch, and he makes a good point here, and I think that when people think that a new version comes out, it means that they have to move to that. No, you don't. You actually can stay on older versions. Most of the time, most of it will still work. There will be times when things don't work, but
Yeah,
most of the time,
it's like when you were on Windows 7, and then
Mhm.
8 came out. You didn't want to go to 8. Don't go to 8.
Yeah.
It's not like it's okay. I mean, there are fixes and stuff like that, but it's not like it's fixing a vulnerability in your going from 18 to 19. It's not doing that. Like, I mean, like on your Android phone, for example, when you see there's an update for your Android system, you might want to update it because usually it's fighting off vulnerabilities in your phone,
Yes.
new things that they've cracked. But when it comes from version to version, like when it comes to Kodi and when it comes to Windows, for example, you can choose whether or not you want to move to it, and it's not gonna hurt you. It's not like, oh no, I'm gonna be vulnerable. No, you're not. You were fine.
Yeah, most of the time in 18, there was a couple fixes coming through the numbers, and I can't tell you if it was 18.3 to 18.4. There was a couple times where they had vulnerability issues, and there was patches for it, and they fixed it. But if you're like on 18.8 to 18.9, you're pretty stable. And again, just like guy on the couch, some people are still on 17 and it's just running fine. There will be some features that may not have on the other versions that won't be on 17 that may be on 18 or 19. Fine.
But
Maybe
what
you're happy
is
with it.
going to happen, though, because there was such a big jump from 18 to 19, from Python 2 to Python 3, is eventually 99% of add-ons are going to go to 18. Some of them may cross over. Some of them won't, though. So you're going to eventually you're going to want to move to 19 once there's enough secure, normal add-ons out there. But for right now, I'd say no. But I mean, eventually 17 ain't going to cut it because,
yeah. One of the things, and I want to bring this up for a point, and actually one of the guys at my work said that he was watching the show last week when I was doing my breathalyzer. We ought to call that the breathalyzer show. When we were doing the breathalyzer show for this was for science, and it was for the community. I was doing an experiment,
and it was for Blue, making sure that you're not drinking and driving.
Yeah, and so it was there had multifaceted benefits. And one of the guys at my work says, I had this game that I was watching the show, and he says, every time you drank, I drank. He says, and by the end of your show, I had quite a buzz going on. I'm like, you and me both. So all right. So I think DeBeach has got a couple ideas. So every time that Alban says Plex, we have to take a shot.
Oh man, guys, it's too much.
Yeah. So we could have this a game, and we could. Every time I say I could make someone drink. They'll be drunk before they have the show is over.
I got one for Aubin. Every time Aubin says, I think we'd all have our quirks, all the things that we say.
Right there. There'd be blues.
What? Eh? That doesn't count. That's Canadian.
Oh,
yeah, but you say it. You say we could make that your word. So yeah, we could have like 3 different things that happen to see if people drink.
Everybody's going to be loaded.
They'd be tore up.
Yep.
So yeah, fun. That'd be fun time.
Dad,
so we
I put something in the side there for you to look at.
Right.
It has to deal with what I was thinking of.
Let me see if I'm going to copy in. All right, so I'm going to open it. I was making sure it wasn't going to open in this tab.
Yeah.
Because that. Okay, so did you what?
Yeah. So what?
Okay, go ahead.
What's happening with Amazon is that they're looking to take all of those different streaming platforms and put them in there through Plex. That doesn't mean everyone take a drink. But if you like HBO Max and all the others are going to go. Wait, hold on now. What was it? They're going to go through. I don't even have it open again now. But I believe that what I heard was that they're going to either go through or the Amazon side of Prime. They're going to let you subscribe to all of the platforms through there.
All right, wait. Okay, so I was thinking this was I thought this. Well, at first I was thinking that this was a thing for the fix because I told you my Amazon is not working on the Shield, but not. This is so HBO. All right, so you're able.
But
what
all of them are
Prime is trying to do is
Prime is gonna allow everyone to basically have everyone come through them to stream.
Right, and so that's a good segue.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of people that complain about multiple, like we have so many add-ons now, right? Or not add-ons, I should say APKs or applications, however you want to call it, on your Fire Stick, your whatever your device, or even your TV. Because their smart TVs have all kinds of like little crap going on. So sometimes people complain about there's too many things. Do I want to go on Amazon or Netflix or Hulu or this or that? So there is a race to combine and make one portal. A lot of companies want to create a portal. And I was reading about Apple has somewhat of a portal that does that already. The basic Google has a pretty decent platform now, because if you've ever searched for a movie or TV show on Google, you ever seen where it says your show comes up and it tells you how you can watch it?
How you can watch it. But they're dropping a lot of stuff, Google. They're getting rid of a lot of apps lately, and it's I don't know why,
But Amazon, I know Amazon does do that now, right? I mean, like when if I use my remote and I say a show or whatever, it'll show me all my options of all the apps that I have on there. Sometimes you have to pay for it, but I obviously won't. But it's like sometimes I just want to see, am I going to be able to grab this right away? Is it on Prime? Is it on, I like that.
Yeah, but what I was thinking about is I saw Alban sent me an article, and let me go ahead and share this tab for you guys and gals. So let me go ahead and make this full size and kick it up a bit, make it a little bit easier for you to read.
Yeah. Yep.
So what Plex is looking to do? Plex is in a big race to do a fundraiser. What Plex is wanting to do? Plex is wanting to be that portal. And I saw Andrew wrote community portal. They want to be that portal that if you're looking for content, it won't only be the content that's on your platform. They're wanting to be the platform that can show you where else or includes your other subscriptions into their database of sorts, and you'll be able to possibly watch Amazon or link into your Amazon account or link into your HBO or link into your Netflix or link into your Hulu and be able to watch any content you watch, but using their portal.
So do you think it's going to be through plugins?
Well, I think it'll be the way that they make it sound is I think they're trying to create deals with these companies to basically create a merger and say, you know what? I don't know if money or how that's going to work, but it'll be, hey, we'll create a deal if you'll allow us for our users that have a HBO Max account to be able to see your content, and then the users from us that have a valid HBO Max account want to watch a movie on HBO Max, they can click on it through us and it will do it. Makes me think of, if you guys remembered Extended Info Mod or Metallic way back. So you didn't watch a movie through Extended Info Mod and you didn't watch a movie through Metallic. So if you had any of those, you did not watch a a movie or TV show through those platforms. You actually watched it through another add-on, right? You would
Yeah.
watch it through Exodus or
Mhm.
Zen or
Through
whatever
the
add-on.
players.
Right, through the player. So Extended Info Mob would say, oh, you want to watch Godzilla versus King Kong? Okay, we're going to link you to this particular add-on and you'll be able to watch the movie. So what Plex is trying to do is Plex is trying to be that portal to take you saying, hey, you want to watch Godzilla versus King Kong? Hey, guess what? HBO Max has it. Click on this. You'll go directly to HBO Max and watch it. Or Disney Plus or Netflix or whatever. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to work to be that portal because right now there is no real portal for the people because we have just multiples. You have multiple
Well, and it's
subscriptions.
nice too. It's nice too to like I said with Amazon, how you can get it to show in some add-ons that have the actual movie. But it's nice because if you do have your own local, you know, like I mean, I prefer to watch mine local than I would to watch it somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you got? Yeah, what do you think about that, Alban? Do you think that's
I you know what it is? Because I don't want to have to get it from, from HBO or anything like that. Because what the hell did I get Plex for? You know, I'd rather have it on my server myself.
right,
So
you're a Plex user, but see,
Yeah.
you got it. You're thinking inside you. You got. I'm thinking about. All right, we are not the majority.
Right.
No.
Hey, we are the minority. The majority are your friends. How many of your friends, when you talk about Plex, they give you that blank look?
No
They
idea.
have no idea what
No
you're
idea. All right.
Now you say Netflix, they know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, Blue.
I love the idea. I love the idea of being able to link directly to other stuff through that. I think it's a genius idea. Canuck Gal said something about raising prices. I don't know who's going to raise prices. Plex is free. So unless they decide to charge something, but I mean, I got a Plex pass a long time ago, but I mean, Plex is free. And I mean, if it's linking to, I don't have HBO Max. That's one thing I don't have. But I do have Netflix and I do have Disney Plus and I do have Amazon Prime or Prime Video. So, I mean, I would love to have one central hub for everything for sure, instead of having to go out and then go look for it here. And I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah, it would. That would be pretty neat when you look at it.
Like I know what you're talking about, but most people don't have they may have like their DVDs that they burned a long time ago, like they have as their, but they don't have, Godzilla versus Kong or stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. I do think that this is I think a lot of companies want to be that first big company to jump into that because, and again, I think that Plex is trying to take, and I think in the article, it actually said Plex is trying to move itself to be a legitimate content provider. Now, we all know that Plex offers movies now.
Yeah.
TV shows and movies. Okay.
They've actually when they first put that out, oh my God, it was all like cheesy C movies.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, they do have quite a few kind of good stuff now. They're stepping it up.
They're moving it up, and because they've been talking about in here about how much money, like it says, it's raised $60 million to date from investors. I mean, there's people investing in this. They want 50 million more to try to become a one-stop shop for all things streaming. That's their goal, and again, that's going to make them relevant because streamers, I'd say 9 out of 10 have no idea what Plex is. But if you said Netflix, every one of them would know what that is. Or you said Hulu, they know. But if Plex can say, hey, we're not here to try to take your content. All we're going to do is we're going to bring, and what they'll probably say is we're going to bring more customers to you, because if we can advertise that
you have this movie
Godzilla versus Kong, right? If we can, and almost like, how
it is very smart, because somebody might go, hey, you know what? I don't have HBO Max, and if I could go right in here and sign up to it, and,
at a cheaper price. I think that's what they're looking to do, because by getting these people to, getting HBO and Discovery Plus to do this, and be able to have people subscribe for a little bit cheaper, hey.
Yeah. I think that I see that someone's gonna be that person. I did point out where I'm sorry I missed I can't remember. Seth said that Apple TV, and Apple TV is they have kind of figured out some of that, and they have. But one thing about with Apple, I don't want to say they're a captive audience, but they're a very loyal audience.
Mm-hmm.
So Apple users are Apple users.
I don't know anybody though right now. I don't
Yeah.
know one person that owns an Apple TV. Not one.
But you don't have. But
I know one person that does.
No.
All
I
right, but
used
they
to.
probably have an Apple phone, no? You
I
know, they
used
have
to.
an iPhone.
Well, yeah, and an iPad and whatever. But as far as an Apple TV, I don't know anybody. They're either Shield, Android, or use it on their computer.
Fire Sticks.
Mhm.
Fire
Everybody's-
Sticks.
yeah,
Fire
Fire
Sticks. Yeah, huge. But
They're cheap.
I haven't. I mean, Cody on Apple TV, is that still a big pain in the ass? You still got a jailbreak and crap?
Mhm. Yeah,
see,
but you
that's-
can't do it.
that
You
to me
can't
was
do that on the
expensive.
the latest ones. Remember, you couldn't do it with those. Were they Generation 3? It was like no go.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe that's why, because everybody I know uses Cody, so
Yeah.
and that was the hardest one to put it on.
Yeah. So yeah, so I think Stewart's kind of got the idea. Yeah. So if that's what Plex is trying to do, they're not there yet, but that is their business model. They're trying to create some fundraising, and to go to these big companies, they have to show how it's beneficial to them big companies. They have to be able to say, hey, we got this many subscribers, we got this much audience, we can drive people. And as Alban says, I don't have HBO Max, but oh man, it's on HBO Max for free, because I see that on my Shield already when I do a search. Like Blue was saying, I can see it says, hey, it's on HBO or Max. If they can say, hey, you know what, we might be able to draw in some new subscribers to you. That's how they have to sell it. You got to sell it to the company as how is it beneficial to them. And someone's going to come up with that. Someone is going to make that transition, and they're going to be big. They're going to be big boys in the race for APKs or the race for add-on apps, because there's so many now. I mean, like you said, you said Disney or Discovery Plus. I mean, Discovery Plus and history and this. Oh my gosh!
It's insane, and it's like I don't want to keep signing up for every different thing because I watch one show, you know what I mean, and I gotta I gotta sign up for that because I want to see one episode of one stupid show.
Yeah. So I think that that's something in the future. So that was a little bit of news. DeBeach also brought up a piece of news, and I will let me show this in case some of you are thinking about, you know what, I want to figure out maybe some options of going somewhere else in my life, trying something different. Let's see here. So we have here this article. Hold on a second. Let me make it big. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger for you.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So one of the things that West Virginia is offering people to move to West Virginia, they'll offer you $12,000 to move there if you're a remote worker. Now, through this pandemic, we have seen an explosion of companies, businesses that have figured out that remote working works for their business. Unfortunately, my business has not figured out the option yet, so I'm still going to work every day. But there's a lot of businesses that have moved to remote workers. West Virginia is basically saying, hey, we don't really have a huge population. What if we could coax some people to move here, work remotely, and we'll pay them some extra money, which is a really great thing. Now, have you ever been to West Virginia, Alban?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You have been to West Virginia.
Yeah, I go through there.
So what did you think of West Virginia?
It's a beautiful place. You know,
it's a very, very beautiful state.
Yeah.
I've been through there. Blue, have you ever been to West Virginia?
Mountain Mama? No.
Yeah, there you go. I was waiting for the John Denver. Yeah, John Denver. So, I've been to West Virginia. I've drove through West Virginia numerous times. Lots of skiing is in West Virginia. So if you're a skier, if you're an outdoorsman, beautiful state. Now, yes, the beach likes West Virginia. He's got family there. And we do make fun of West Virginia and their backwards ways and their dating your cousin and all that kind of stuff. That is a joke a lot of times. So, but it is a beautiful state. And it doesn't have a lot of people. If you've ever drove through West Virginia, the one thing I was always wondering, where the heck do these people work? Because when you're driving down the interstate, which the cities are forever between each other, it seems like. And I'm seeing these houses, and not tons of houses. You see houses here and there. I'm thinking, who commutes an hour to work every day? Because they're so far away. Yeah. So West Virginia has saw this opportunity and said, hey, we might offer people $12,000 to move here. And they offer some stuff like a year-long pass at some of their natural their natural forests and all kinds of different stuff like that. But so Intuit, the CEO Intuit actually donated $25 million to kick off this in West Virginia, because the founder is from, his wife, I think it says from, he's from West Virginia. $25 million to start off a partnership with West Virginia and the West Virginia University and the state government to say, hey, move to Morganton. And that's the city that they're promoting. Move to Morganton. Slots will be available in Lewisburg and Shepherdson. So to move to these cities and make, first year is $10,000, and they pay it like, say, $800 a month. Pay you $800 a month to live there. And then the second year, they pay you $2,000 if you stay there for the second year. And the program is like, it says 10 months or a year, $10,000 on the first year, $2,000 on the second year. You get to do all kinds of going out, rock climbing routes and outdoors resorts for free.
But do they even have the homes?
Well, yes, I guarantee if you go and look in the cities that they're doing, and now it has full terms and conditions here, and you can click on, let me click on this. Requirements. You got to live there for at least within 6 months of acceptance. I guarantee that the towns that and you and I talked about this, I guarantee in the towns that they're offering it, they're going to have high-speed internet. They're going to have, because you're working remotely, they're not going to expect you to be on satellite internet, because any of us that have had satellite internet, it's bad at work. At best, it's bad. So they're going to have to offer that. But they're trying to bring in that influx of people. One of the other things I thought was interesting, I never heard of this. Have you thought about moving to Arkansas?
No.
No. What about Georgia? You ever thought about moving to Georgia there?
No, I have friends that live there.
Okay. So
I love New York. I do. I if I would leave New York, I would go to Tennessee. I love Tennessee. Tennessee to me
another
is beautiful state. Great for riding.
So again, they offer, I didn't realize this, there's remote worker incentive programs for the Northwest Arkansas, Savannah, Georgia, Tucson, Arizona, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. And some in the program in Hawaii. Wow. I would have never thought that. But they're offering places.
Hawaii's rough.
Yeah, there's so much stuff there. It's so expensive, I would think there. But they're offering opportunities. So if you're a person that's in a big city, you're one of the things that said that Morganton's cost of living is 41% cheaper than Washington, D.C. And they're trying to say, hey, if you're living in a big city and you're tired of that big city living and you're tired of the expense of living in Washington, D.C., which if just like living in Washington, D.C. is like living in New York City. Or at least maybe close. I won't say exactly, but it's close. It's outrageous if you ever look at the rent in a New York City flat. So they're saying, hey, you can move here and live in a house you can live in a house with some property around you for less than what you're spending on a 800 square foot apartment stuck in downtown Manhattan or something. So I think that's a really cool idea for people that may want to move and get out of where they're living and they have a job that can allow remote working. So I think that this pandemic has opened the door for this remote workers. I mean,
Yeah.
how many do you have any friends that work remote?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Every I have a lot of people that worked at jobs. Everyone's working from home. You know.
Hmm.
There's
Yeah.
only a bunch of people who have to do strenuous work. They have to
Hmm.
go in, which I can't understand having to do. Forcing someone to get on the New York City subway, I think, is ridiculous.
Hmm.
To go into work, but mostly everyone else is working remotely, and it's funny because people that were in Manhattan have now moved out of Manhattan and moved east towards Long Island, and house prices are, you can't even find a house because so many people have moved out.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think the pandemic has showed companies that it can be done. I mean, how many people do I know in this community that I have talked to on a regular that have been working from remote for for almost the whole year, and they're like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I'm just getting ready to go back to work." I'm like, "I want to punch you in the face." It's like
Mhm.
I'm about ready to go back to work, and they're like, "I don't know
Right.
if I can handle going back to work. I've been at home, and yeah." I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever." So, but I think that this is a neat idea. So, if you're a person that works in a job that has the ability to work remote,
Mhm.
and you are live in a big city, or you live in a city that I'm not really sure if this is where I want to live anymore. There are states that are offering, or I should say cities, because there is city, but the states are offering it, but it's in certain cities
Mhm.
that they're trying to bring people into it. So I think it's a great idea, something that you may want to think about, folks. So if you're thinking
Yeah.
about moving, there's some definite possibilities here.
Mm.
Let's see. We talked
Mm.
about the Plex. I'm sorry. Did
Yeah.
you get ready to
No,
say
no,
something?
no, 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 no. You go ahead. I'm just looking here on the
Uh,
side, and
was looking at some of the news. So that's our big major news. I will say that if you guys have any questions, post them over here on the side. Alban will
yeah,
say,
I'm trying
"Dab,
to read
shut
them.
up for Dab, shut up for a second.
Yeah.
Take a
No,
breath."
we got people telling me to move to Canada. Eddie G is out there telling me to move to
Ah,
Canada.
Eddie, love for you to
But
move to Canada. Yeah, you can move to me.
no, nope, nope. I feel a little bit of a chill today here, and it's like yeah, it's still 50 something degrees out, but Canada, no, no.
70, 74 today for
I
us.
do have to say, don't get me wrong. Not like I knock Canada. I think Canada is very beautiful. I really do. But living up past a certain mark, north, I don't want to deal with that kind of snow. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, and
I
you
just can't
also
do it.
like to ride.
Yeah.
You like to ride your motorcycle.
Hmm.
So that living
Yeah.
in a place that has a lot of snow will narrow
Hmm.
that time that you would have to be able to
Yeah.
ride. So I mean, it
Yeah.
would impact your quality of life.
My life. Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't.
No, you're welcome, Patty. Patty said thinking about moving from Ohio. Yeah, and I was amazed when DeBeach sent me that, and I want to thank DeBeach for sending me that article. And if you guys have any kind of articles that you think that you'd like me to share on the show, send them to me. I'll do my best to explain it, read through it, to understand it, to share the information, because this show is about sharing information, be it for streaming, this and that. But yeah, definitely quality of life is important.
Yeah.
Hey, send Noir the link.
Okay.
Um um
Hey,
tro,
Noir, do
tro,
you want to send me a message? I don't know if I have his.
he Tribalized loves Vancouver and would move there. I could, I've been in Vancouver because I used to live in Seattle. Uh, I wouldn't move there. A beautiful place, beautiful. But I wouldn't move there. Too many damn people. I mean, oh my gosh. I swear to you, from south of Seattle to all the way to Vancouver, it's like it feels like one big city. It's just, and yes, people are going to say, "Oh, Dabs, is there city breaks?" Yes, there is, but it's not long. When you're riding up that north highway, it is a lot of damn people, and it's just too many damn people, if you ask me. All right. So Blue went to go make some dinner, so she's gonna jump off for a little bit. So yeah, we got some. Those are some good options. Another big add-on that I wanted to mention on the show. It is not ready yet, but I have heard rumors. I've heard some ground swelling that the crew is thinking about moving to 19. I know that they first posted numerous places, not just once, numerous times. I saw they weren't going to be 19 ready until 19.2.
Yeah.
I want to say I saw that over and over, 19.2, 19.2, 19.2. I have actually heard some rumor into 19. They may be doing some work towards 19. So we'll see when that hits. But we may see a release of the crew before the 19.2 release of Cody, which I'm shocked that we haven't seen an update from Cody yet. I'm blown away by that. So
well, maybe there's some bugs they're figuring out.
Yeah, but I would have thought that they would have released at least a 19.1
to
squash those.
I still think
it's been over a month. Well, let's see. Was it February 19th or March 19th when it was the 19th when they went to release? It was March 19th. What's up, sweet cheeks? See, I can't call you the other name anymore because that ain't your name. So I gotta call you Sweet Cheeks.
I'm Buttercup now.
No, last week Buttercup.
Last week was Buttercup.
Yeah, this week Sweet Cheeks. At least I didn't call you Sweet Meat.
Oh boy.
So let's see. Let's see. Stuart says, yes, crew 19, let it happen, please. And yes, there is a lot of people that use that particular add-on a lot. So I know that a lot of people want that. There's certain people that want. I know that. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that like it, and it's become comfortable with them. So we'll see. I will quickly make a video as soon as I find out that they're ready and out, if they let me know. So and same thing with the go-to boys. As soon as they get to 19, I'll be sure to let you know on that too. That's another one that has become a mainstay. If you're an 18, that has become. I mean, just it's like people say, "Oh, do you have something?" It's like you better have go-to. You know, I should say C:/go-to, but I was like go-to.
It's a command.
Yeah, I know. So I just say go-to to make it easier. I could just say C, and people don't know what you're talking about. So
we could go to ourselves.
Go-to, yeah. It's just, but yeah, it's just brilliant. So if we can get a couple of these add-ons in, most of the time these developers have been waiting because there is bugs in 19, and people can say that it's great, and I use it as I've actually made it my go-to for best. Yeah, my primary setup to just because I'm trying to make sure I keep testing it when I'm watching stuff to see if there's bugs. There are bugs when it crashes. One thing that I will say that is cool, and I don't know if anybody else noticed it, and I didn't see it. So anybody with the NVIDIA Shield, you ever notice that you can do the voice command for the keyboard? So when you do a search, you can say Godzilla versus Kong, and it fills it in.
Yeah.
18.9 would crash out my Shield every time. It would fill it in and then crash code.
Not crash out. Yep.
19, it actually works. I can do it and it don't crash out. It actually just fills it in. I hit enter. So I will say that is a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I was like, oh, it's actually the voice command because it is nice when I'm using my Shield to just say, and it fills in. And anybody that has an NVIDIA Shield, if you've never known that. So when you open it up and it has the keyboard, I keep thinking I'm gonna show it on my TV, but that's too
Mhm.
far away. So when the keyboard comes up, if you hold down the voice, I think it's the voice.
There's a-
No, it's the center button.
Yeah.
It's the center button. Hold down the center button and say the movie or TV show you're looking for. When you
Yeah.
have the virtual keyboard up, it will fill it in.
No. There's a voice button.
But I don't
right
think you
above
push
the-
that button.
Right
No.
right
Yeah.
above the. No, you
Above
don't.
the
You don't
button.
even have to hit a button. Well, no, because I know
You do
when
hit
I
a button.
when I use in code, you might have to, but when I
Right,
use Plex, I know I don't
Oh.
have to hit anything.
Well, yeah, Plex. All right. So everybody have a drink.
Have a
'cause
drink.
He said
I
again.
know. I know, but there is a voice button on the remote.
Yes, there is. But I
Okay,
think
that's
when
what
you
I'm
use
saying.
the virtual keyboard, I think you hold the enter
You
button.
have to hold it in the. Okay.
You hold the enter button, and you say the word, and it fills in the virtual keyboard. You hit enter. It does make it very nice, so you don't have to type.
Mhm.
So that does work very well. I will say that I like that. So
You know if it works with the Fire Stick in 19? Does anyone out there know?
Never used it with Fire Stick because it never worked on the earlier version. It was always with
Right.
the
That's
Shield.
why I want to know if 19, if it is something that they did in 19, that to fix that whole code for the virtual keyboard.
Yeah, I only have that cube over there, which is the Cube Generation 1, and I don't want to mess with that.
Anybody out there in the chat have they used it? Just let us know so everyone will know.
Okay, all right. Canuck Gal pointed. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sweet Cheeks, what's up with you? What's happening? Well, how's life treating you?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're migrating servers today, or upgraded servers. So like, I think we're pretty up now. We're just like catch up on live sports. So that might be a bit hit and miss this weekend, I'm afraid.
Mhm.
Other than that, life's all good.
So what he was saying is for anybody that's not in the Telegram group, the GoTo add-on did a server migration. They did some stuff, and they were down for a short period of time. Was it yesterday, bud?
It was supposed to be yesterday, but it happened today.
Okay. So he's saying that. So it's
So
mostly
it's pretty
up.
much- It's set up in most places, like for box sets, movies, whatever. But live sports might be a bit hit and miss this weekend for anyone who watches NFL, NBA,
MMA,
baseball.
NBL, NHL. That might be a bit hit and miss this weekend at the moment, but we're going to try our best to get that back up.
All right,
but it has to be done. So
yeah. So for anybody that, like I said, anybody that has GoTo, they may find a few issues this weekend due to the server migration, but going forward, it would get better. So that happens from time to time with server migration stuff. So just keep it in mind. So don't be blasting the Reddit thread saying this ain't working, that ain't working. Fix it for me now. So you may find a little small hiccup.
We're about 80% working.
All right,
it's just the live content that.
Yeah. And hey, that's the ones that they always want. I want that live content. Do you know the Bellator fights tonight? I need to watch it.
Exactly that. That's why I joined Cody for that reason, for live sport, free live sport. I think everyone did. Everyone wanted free shit.
I just want to be a superstar. I just wanted to be here. That's where I want to be. I joined Cody for this right here. I didn't need anybody to know add-ons. I just wanted to be a MF and YouTube sensation. That's what I wanted to be. I cleaned up my language right there.
You're 3 thumb likes away from being famous.
yeah. Hit the thumbs up because I'm almost famous. Asif, GoTo is not ready. He's not on 19. So that was one of the things I'm saying. They're not quite. They're not even working towards that yet. So hang tight. Use what you got. Stay to 19. Stay to 18 if you're able to. Go ahead.
There's a reason behind that, because we've been around for like years. We know like the glitches that come out. So it's gonna be like at least 19.3 before you consider it. Just to make sure it's all like almost ironed out at 19.3.
Look at Stuart says, as long as he can watch his wrestling on GoTo.
Stuart loves Stuart. Big fan.
Yeah. It is. It's. I'm telling you, folks, that's not on. That's on here. Oh shoot! How am I on?
Stuart never sleeps either. He's online. Every time I wake up, I can wake up for a piss like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's online.
Are you on what, Dad?
I'm on, I clicked on my phone. I didn't realize my computer was on Wi-Fi.
Oh,
I was messing around with testing some things today, and I forgot it was on Wi-Fi. Because all of a sudden, I had a thing that says that my Wi-Fi was so-so. Or I'm like, what the hell? I should never be on Wi-Fi on my desktop. But yeah, oops. And we're already started the live show, so you got what you got, folks. One of the things that I saw that Canuck Gal said that about the Fire Stick interface, and this is on the Fire Stick 4K, if I'm not mistaken, that they had the interface. And it is sometimes country to country, but I believe that it's just for it should be in Canada because I know that Next Level Tech was actually showing it. So he's in Canada, so he should have had that. I know that I'm too bad he wasn't able to come on today. He was out driving. I know that the new interface has a lot of extra features, so I would suggest you to check out. I think it was Next Level's channel, or it might have been on Stream-ish. What's their other channel? Streaming. Sorry, I should have remembered. Beyond the Streams. So it should be beyond the streams, or it'd be the Next Level Check. Next Level Tech. Be on one of those where he showed a lot. He explains the new interface for the Fire Stick, and it was on the 4K. There is a lot of cool things. I do like the interface. When you highlight certain items, like if you're on Amazon Prime, it shows you some Amazon Prime stuff below it. If you go to Netflix, it's showing you Netflix stuff below it. Very neat. I think that they're trying to take it another step. So very cool stuff. So, but it should be out.
They're trying to make you spend more money by like showing you like stuff you might like on Amazon. A pair of shit jeans. Only $20. I'll buy them.
$20 for a pair of jeans. That's a good deal.
Yeah, even if they don't fucking fit, you bought them. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, but you can send them back.
They got plumbers on the back.
They come with built-in plumber's crack. So Jim posted, and this was on my news that I was going to mention. Thank you, Jim. UK Turks came out with 1.0.6 today. He added more resolvers, and his hopes is that he was going to be able to add more HD content to their to the APK. So and I installed this for a family member that was a cord cutter, brand new cord cutter family member. We set them up with Plex, and I put Turks on there because I felt like they were brand new cord cutters, no experience they weren't going to go into Kodi world. I'm sorry. I understand Kodi is kind of like a next level kind of thing. Start people off small. So Plex and UK Turks, and I said, use this. You should, between the two, you'll be able to find the content you want. And with the only thing with that APK, you have to watch an ad that runs 15 to 25 seconds at the end of a movie or TV show. Most people that are early cord cutters, that's not a big deal to them. Now, for me, or maybe Alban, or some of us more veteran people, will have a fit about watching a 30-second or 20-second ad. We'll have a fit. Yeah. Most new people don't. So I would highly, highly recommend checking out UK Turks. I did a video on them forever ago. You can look it up. Look on YouTube or Cocoscope. We look on either one. I have videos on that, how to install it. 1.0.6 is on there. it's a great APK, chock full of content.
Yeah.
I mean, loaded. But you got to watch an ad once you back out of a TV show or a movie.
The movie.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to, unless you turn on pop-up blockers.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest. Most of your people, if they're struggling to just get Turks installed, they didn't install a pop-up blocker or a VPN or this or that. They didn't install that. So
nope.
People are like, oh, they can work around that. Well, but the person that installed that doesn't know how to do that. So don't expect them to.
Mm-hmm.
So they just have to watch a 20-second ad or whatever and hit back, and they're out of it. Hats off to him, and I give him super kudos. 7+ years of adding content to his platform. I mean, 7+ years. All right, Buttercup, Sweet Cheeks, whoever you are, 7+ years. Can you imagine doing this for 7+ years? Every day, adding links every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 years. Could you do it for 7 years?
What I missed, I'll probably do 6. I'll say I've been at 6, but I've seen what he's been doing over the years, and I can see why he's gone the way he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, 20-second advert for a decent link. That's nothing. That's no different like to watching cable TV with commercial break, like for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
But you'll still watch the Super Bowl with a 5-minute break.
Yeah, you're right.
But you're complaining about 8 seconds of lube and tube or whatever they do. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always like, well, and most of the time on the ads, to be fair, they're normally, hey, install this game, install this application. It's always like, because it's phone crap.
Mm-hmm.
Install, I don't want to say Candy Crush because it's not Candy Crush, but it's always like install, an adventure game and open this door and shut that door, whatever those games are. It's that kind of stuff. And all you do, wait through it, hit X. Mm-hmm. So, but hey, hats off to him for his work that he does. 1.0.6.
It's great. I'll say, like, for the you got to get a PIN code, right? That takes like 10 seconds of your life. You enter the PIN code. That's another 10 seconds of your life. So you're taking 20 seconds out of your life now. Then you got 4 hours of decent content.
Yeah. That's on the if you use UK Turks through Kodi, yes.
Same as Nemesis.
Yep. And again, you can't blame people. I mean, because I don't know. I think of some of the work that goes. All right, if you have a scraper add-on, and not downplaying people that create scraper add-ons, not downplaying them at all, but scraper add-ons are pretty easy to create. Once you're using a template. I know that I'm gonna be hammered on Telegram on this where we go, oh, Dab said this. No. Mm-hmm. So if you create a add-on and you use a template that's a scraper template, it's pretty easy to add content to that. Now, if you want to add content with direct links, you've just upped it like threefold, because you have to not only find what you're going to add, then you got to add the information, which you'd have to do that with some scraper add-ons. But then you got to go find the actual link. And maybe not one link, you got to find multiple links, because guess what? When the one link dies, you got to have a backup so people see it. So it creates a problem that it is a time suck. It becomes very time consuming. You can say, well, I'm updating my add-on or whatever, and next thing you know, you've spent 2 hours updating it with what new movies and the episodes. TV is a beast. And people are like, oh, you didn't update my show. And you're like, well, what was your show? 18 and Pregnant or 17 and Pregnant. I didn't realize 17 and Pregnant was freaking out last night. Let me go find a link for that. Right. And, for some obscure show. I mean, Sweet Cheeks. Am I exaggerating when people bring up crazy shows. I'm not talking about Survivor. I'm not talking about, the Walking Dead. I'm talking, they'll say, oh, nobody
Escobar's
updated
Millions,
next,
episode 4,
or next 48 hours. They didn't update that. The next 48 hours, and which that's a pretty major show, but a lot of that, there's so much. My 90-day fiance or something. You didn't update that yesterday. It's been out for 4 hours. You haven't updated it. It becomes kind of crazy.
It does. It just like you can have something like this, and requests come in, like, and all of a sudden, like, you're in like crazy shows and stuff coming in.
Yeah, it can be as somebody was asking. Go ahead.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Oh, he's got to like go, sweet cheeks.
Also, like everyone, like as you say, like most people come into Cody like for the sport. We want the sport. Then you start getting all shows and that. Then you start getting requests coming. Can you give me my grandma's latest shag or whatever? And I'll have a look for it. If we can find a link for it, we will. And it just goes from there. And it's just like progressed and progressed to the content that we're finding, that which we don't have to, because after the stuff that we put on, I don't even watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I just watch my football team, my soccer team. That's all I care about. So we'll like a movie, we'll have like a new box set, show or series, or season, whatever you want to call it in your terminology. But that's not what we're here for. We're just here for that one thing. Our sport team.
Yeah, that's the stuff you care about. But like again, we're worldwide.
Yeah.
These add-ons are worldwide, and so you create that.
You must have a sport yourself.
And I'm in a lot of different groups, and I see. I sometimes I'll read people's requests, and I'm just shake my head. I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm not involved in that add-on, because I'd be like telling them, shut the F up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I can't find an H4K copy of this. I'm like, really? That's your issue today? You didn't find a 4K version of, and I'm not paying for Reel to Brid. Okay, so now I don't feel so sorry for you. Okay, it's like, but all right. So Stuart wrote in here. UK Turks is a grade A PK.
That's what I was gonna. They wanted to know if UK Turks worked.
All right, sorry, I don't hear you, Alban. You on mute?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I can hear me.
My jacked up over here.
Yeah, because I hear you.
Yeah, it was on me.
Okay. That I was going to say that about UK Turks. They wanted, a bunch of people were asking if it works on 19. Okay.
Well, I have not seen an official release on that, so I'd have to say I'm leaning towards no, but I could be completely wrong, because it's in NEMSI's repository.
Right.
So NEMSI moved all of the stuff to 19, but that doesn't mean Turks moved to 19.
Moved. Okay.
I have not. Noir, do you remember? Have you seen anything about Turks being 19? I don't remember seeing that.
I don't, but all I can say is try it and see.
It would be all right. What I would suggest is this going to be in the NIMSI repository either way.
It will work or it won't. So if it works, delete it.
Yeah, I my gut feeling is it's a no.
Okay.
That's just my gut feeling. So yeah, we got that. So what are the other topics I was going to bring up here for you guys? The Fire Stick Lite, and I'm on my next beer. Hold on. Fire Stick Lite. Look at, sound like a drunk. A bunch of beers over here. So, Fire Stick Lite. People are all, oh, it's on sale. Fire Stick Lite is $19.99 right now if you have Amazon Prime. So, if you want to check it out, $19.99 for a Amazon Light Stick, which is actually I think it's a great entry. Would a 4K stick is better if you could get it for 29 or 25, much better product. But if you're an entry person that you're just getting into streaming, or you want one for the second TV or whatever, that light device works. I actually have had some of the light devices. I've actually set up a couple of them. They work fine. They're not going to play 4K, but they will work just fine. So great price for $20. It's a great, great price.
4K is only for people who live in New York.
Or hey,
Yeah, but what?
I only live in New York. Hey, I have a 4K, and
I got 4K.
I'm all about some damn 4K.
Do you live
Blue
in
calls me a
Auburn? Do you live
blue.
in New York?
Yeah,
Blue. No,
I
I
am.
don't. He does.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Blue calls
Yeah.
me a 4K
You
snob
stole
because
it. You stole it.
I
It came off
only
the
care for
plane.
4K.
Hey, you know,
It fell off.
it fell off. 2 of them.
Hey, it fell off the truck, man.
Yeah, man.
Roger.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yes, it will handle it very easily. Very, very, very easily. I've done tests with it. Works easily. And $20. So that was one of the things I was going to mention up. I don't know if you guys saw it last week. Was it last week that I talked about Blink? Did I talk
you
about
did
Blink,
last
the
week.
Blink add-on?
I think you did because I
Don't
was
blink or blink or.
but I watched it. I
Yeah.
think you did.
Well, I'm glad you do your homework.
Oh, I did my homework. Yeah, the minute I got home.
I've heard about this add-on.
Huh?
I've heard about this add-on.
Oh, have
Don't
you?
blink.
Oh.
Don't blink. I've heard about
Don't blink.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just Blink is the name of it. But yeah, some people, it did have a thing that says don't blink is on his
It's a
icon.
fork. It's a fork of Shadow, is it not?
He says it's not, but I do believe that some of the same.
Yeah.
I do believe some of the same people are working on it. How about that? I believe some of the same people are working on it. So let's see.
See what
I've got to
just put out?
reset. I've got to reset my portable, because my portable that I have for Cody on this one portable folder
Mhm.
is forever. I mean, I actually deleted it and clicked to have it open again. All right, so we'll wait a
You
second.
see
I will
that what Red put out?
What's that?
I'm
not surprised about O'Neill.
Mhm.
I know he's been massively busy. Remember the last time he was on the show, he was talking about it. He has been just tremendously busy with work.
Yeah.
He works. He's a remote worker, and
O'Neill, Mr.
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
He's the greatest. He is the best. He is
Yeah.
simply no hair on his chest.
He's a sexy mofo.
He's a sexy
You
mofo.
sexy motherfucker.
He's
Yeah.
like he's like the James Corden.
Remember, we used to call him that. We used to
Like,
say he looked just like it.
He's a James Corden show that never happened.
He's in a great guy. I mean, honestly, a great guy. But I do know the last time he was on the show, he mentioned that he has been just tremendously busy with work. Because I'm sorry, folks, this is not how 99.9% of the people in the community are making their living. Sorry, there is. Again, I'm saying 99.9, and I think I'm being kind of generous with that. It's probably 99.99% of the people in this community are not making a living off of this. This is
It's a hobby.
it's a hobby. You're not making you're not making anything. And he's been super busy with work. I know that he's had a lot of stuff going on. He changed jobs. He's had a lot going on. So what was it? Just for him, he was struggling to update Just for him. And I was like, why you got to keep that updated, for the community? He's like, I don't have time.
That's because he's got a man shed. He's got a man shed. He's like, be busy down there.
So yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on. So we'll have to just see with him. So yeah, he's got that going on. See, I got sidetracked on what I was going to show you. All right, so here we go.
You were
Yeah.
redoing the
Yeah.
your
Now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys one of the cool features on Blink. And I will say, we'll talk about Blink and Kato because while I'm here, we'll show it. So one of the coolest features. All right. So Alban, you got Plex, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's go into TV series. Now, under series, that's TV. One of the coolest things. All right. Hold on a second.
Want to make that big?
That's what I told her. Sorry, I'm getting a few in. I'm ready to drop some jokes. Got jokes? All right. So you got. Is it big now?
Yeah, it is.
Is that big enough?
Yeah.
Stop it now. Stop it.
So did you catch that?
Yep.
So if you go to Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe people think that, well, whatever.
So this is the Kodi add-on, but linked through Plex, yeah?
Yeah. No, this is just the Kodi add-on.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So this is just Blink. It's called Blink. Well,
Right.
The icon says "Don't Blink," so he's got to fix all that stuff, but get it more uniform.
Yeah,
but under
saying
Series Tracker, so if you add a show in Series Tracker, it actually will do the theme music.
Oh, okay.
For
It does.
the theme music.
Okay.
The theme music will play through. So, but only in Series Tracker will play the theme music, which I thought, what a very cool idea.
Yeah.
I thought. I know Blue had talked about it when she was on the show a couple weeks back about Plex having, when we're looking at your Plex TV shows,
Yep.
when you go to a show, if you have Plex Pass, you hear the theme music. So he said he saw that and heard her say that, and he's added it to Blink. So
okay.
a very cool thing. Kind of a nerdy thing. This add-on is getting close to being ready for a full release. It's out there. But it's still, there is some bugs being worked out. He's still working through some few things. So I know that there's a few people that have tried to add it to their repositories, but it's not 100% done.
Okay.
But use it at your own discretion there, but it does work 95% of the time. I find no issues with it. There is a handful of issues, but very few. Kato, which I did a video last week on, y'all. If you're an anime fan, this particular, and I saw someone say it didn't work, this particular add-on, it blew me away on how well it works. You do need a Debrid account, so just keep that in mind. You do need a Debrid account. It will not work without, or I found very, very limited sources without Debrid or premiumized or something like that. You're going to need something like that. But if you're an anime fan and you're on 19, this is a direction. This is one that you're going to want to have.
Okay.
If you're an anime with 19, you're going to want to have this add-on. This is beautifully done. You can skip intros, which is, in all honesty, it's kind of a hit and miss because you actually set the time that it skips into the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of skips, let's say, I think default's 85 seconds. So it skips 85 seconds into the video or into the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So that may or may not be correct. So you can change that if you find that it's actually messing up your particular show. You can change that. And that was in the, let me click on the tools just to show you. I think it was in playback.
It's gotta be playback.
Here it is, right here. You can see right here, it's in 86 seconds. You can change that. So you can change it to 30 seconds, so that is the only variable that will go from show to show, and hopefully all the intros are on the front end of it. And there's just a lot of variables on trying to skip an intro because there is no database for every show. So depends on how they do it. I know that Plex does it a different way. We actually were looking at Plex. Actually, Plex does it in an interesting way. You know, when you add a show to your library, it actually scans for the theme song.
Yeah.
Okay. So it scans for the theme song. And then when it scans for the theme song, Plex actually looks for that theme song to start to play. And then that's when you know that it says skip intro. It says, here's the song, skip. It knows the song.
Right.
So it scans into your so it's actually scanned into your library. So it doesn't work the same way if we're streaming something off the internet.
Right.
Plex has more time, has time to work with things, so it works a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So highly suggest those two add-ons. Again, Kato, if you're a anime fan, you can't. I've messed around with it and found Star Blazers, which was Japanese call it Kamato. Star Battleship, I think, but in the US back in the 70s they called it Star Blazers. It was a TV show. I don't know. Do you remember that?
I remember
Star
that.
Blazers?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I remember it.
I watched it as a kid. It was one of those cartoons that came on. You know, when you, all right, for you younger folks, us old folks could only see cartoons on Saturday.
Yep.
And when you came home from school.
Yep.
So we didn't have a whole network for it.
Nope.
So when we would come home from school, you remember, I would come
there
home.
There were only
from
two channels really with cartoons.
Yeah,
really. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and I would come home and I'd be like, "Oh, my cartoon's on," and I would click on my channel that would have whatever 30-minute cartoon was on, and you'd watch it. Star Blazers was one of those cartoons at a point of my childhood. I remember it being on.
Yeah,
and it's so funny because you remember that, and I saw the picture. I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" It was like because what it was it was a battleship, like a World War II battleship that was in space. So this battleship would go through space, and it was a spaceship. And but it was a full-fledged anime movie / TV show. It was all that stuff. So, but yeah, I'd watch that, and I actually saw it, and I actually watched a couple episodes like Kato. I found a couple episodes. I'm like, oh, this is like reliving my childhood. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, this looks like shit. Guy on the couch says he used to get home and watch the Monkeys. I do remember Monkeys. And was it Banana Split?
The Monkeys.
Don't mind messing around. Yeah. Yeah. But that and Banana Split, which Banana Split wasn't that Chicago channel? Whatever that Chicago channel was. There was a Chicago channel that only my grandmother had. God, you young kids got it so easy compared to us old folks.
Yep, they have no idea what it was. That's why we were never bored, because it was either you were there in front of the TV to watch your show, or you were out of the house. You would just get out of the house and play with your friends. But there's none of that.
Yeah, The Beach has another anime type of thing. Was Speed Racer. Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go. Oh God, remember that Stuart and the Underdog?
Yeah.
You know, and he would bite that quarter. Yeah. He was a shoe shine boy. Hey, it's a shoe shine boy. We used to live in so roll down memory lane. Saturday mornings. Now, Alban, tell me if this is true for you. Remember when a new season of cartoons would come out? Come out like twice a year. There'd be new season.
Right.
And they would do all the commercials about the new cartoon that was coming out. You remember the TV Guide? Did you ever get a TV Guide?
I got a TV Guide. Would circle all my shows.
Would you? you would circle the shows, and then you're like, oh, that's on the same time. And then me and my brother, I had a brother, so we'd have to argue about which show we were going to watch on a Saturday morning. Well, this is Scooby-Doo is on. Well, but Underdog is on at the same time. You have to argue. Hong Kong Phooey was on.
Hong Kong Phooey.
And we would
and then don't forget about for the kung fu shows, at later on in the afternoon, couldn't miss those, or Godzilla.
Well, that would be your regular movies. That would be your regular movie stuff. But yeah, Eddie Mighty Mouse. Stuart says, me too, in the damn TV guides. I used to, I remember. All right, so you had two TV guides. You had the official TV guide that you would have to go to the store and buy. You'd have to go and buy it.
Yeah.
Which not everybody could afford that. My family. And then you had the TV guide that came in the Sunday paper, which was, it was like that newspaper print. That was normally my family's one.
It would normally be the Sunday paper you would grab. Yeah, because it had the whole week in it.
Yep, and you would circle, and not to date ourselves, but any of you guys that remember the new season of shows, you'd be so pumped about, oh my gosh, I saw this, I saw that, I saw this, I need to watch that. Yet we used to live. Now you guys have not just one channel. You got multiple channels.
Screw that. They got IPTV with the series, the whole series on a channel for each show.
Yeah, it is. It's fun that we lived in a time where we can remember that, and it was fun. I know that a lot of younger people are like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Wacky Racers, great. Again, another Lancelot Link Secret Chip. I don't remember that. Kung Fu there used to be a Kung Fu hour. We used to have Kung Fu hour like on Saturdays. It'd be like a different show every Saturday. It would be like, and it would be like subtitled. Dabeach says he has an autographed picture of Witchy Poo. Remember Witchy Poo from H&R Puffin Stuff, which that wasn't a cartoon. That was actually they had costumes. They had costumes on. H&R Puffin Stuff. So
how about Magic Gordon? You don't remember Magic Gordon?
I don't remember Gordon.
That was it was like a real show, but they had those two broads that were you would figure that they were always like high on something, because they had that little patch that it was crazy. You gotta I know I have it on DVD, the old stuff, but the Magic Garden. Yeah, anybody out there remember Magic Garden?
Hey, so here's Jim. This is a perfect example. I was the remote control. I mean, I remember my dad. I was the remote control, and I was the antenna adjuster. And there you go, antenna adjuster. Because remember back in the day, you actually had to set different. Your antenna had to be facing different directions to pick up certain channels. So I was, get over there, boy, turn on channel 5. Hey, get over there and turn on channel 6. There wasn't no remote, so oh my gosh, that was good. Good time.
And it really sucked to watch TV by yourself if you didn't have a brother or a sister to force them to go, move the antenna around.
And antenna. Okay, so back into streaming. Today's streaming. I'm sorry, we go
off every now and then.
We digressed for a moment. Can you tell me whose repo Turks is in? That would be in Nemzi, Stream Army's repo. So you can take a look at, if you go to look at my Cocoscope channel, I actually have, if you look early in my videos on Cocoscope, I did one for his Nemzi's all-in-one. I did like a couple different videos on Stream Armies. It'll be Stream Army repo. and you can install. You'll see the URL is right there. If you're using DabScope or CocoScope or CocoDab, you can install it actually right from there. So that's how you can get his, if you're wanting his add-on, or you can install the APK.
I just hate to go back, but
Yep.
Diane put the best one out there. TV goes off channels at midnight. You remember that? You would hear the yeah, but also the first you would hear the
Star Spangled Banner.
Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you'd hear they would have the flag.
Yep.
And the flag would play, and it would, and it would do that whole thing, and at the end, and if you woke up, do you remember waking up in the middle of the night and you fell asleep on the couch and you wake up, and that's all you'd see?
Knowing that you missed your show that you fell asleep on, and it's not like you can rewind it. No,
there was no DVR.
You'd have to write a note to make sure you find that episode again. It would come back on again in the TV guide somewhere.
On a rerun, on a rerun, because you're right.
Because they never really put on there like season what or episode what in the TV guide.
No.
So it was just like, it would just say, okay, the show name and, Bob, gets, kicked around at school, and that would be it, Yeah. I'm sorry about that, to go back.
No. I put the URL if you want the APK for UK Turks. There you go. And Red has it all here, the Indian test pattern. And it was just so crazy. We got some different people posting some old shows. Great times. Yeah. Great times. It was and we're completely right. There was no the TV guide on especially reruns. You were screwed on reruns.
Yep.
I mean, if you missed a show, you missed it. There was no how am I playing on catch up? No. Right. You didn't look up episode 3. No. Nope. You're gonna wait till all the episodes played.
Yep.
And then maybe you might watch it the right way.
You never even knew if a season ended. You know what I mean? It was just a big cliffhanger, and that was it. And you were screwed. You'd go back the next week to watch your show, and either it wasn't on or they were playing something, from back at the beginning again.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I've seen this episode. I think I've seen what's going to happen. That's right. That's right. Chachi is going to go and do this and that. So good times. So back to our today's streaming. Jizz Planet. So for you folks that are into the more adult content, I saw he posted on Twitter that Jizz Planet is close to being ready for 19. So I would probably assume very soon he'll go to 19, and he's going to be ready. So within the next couple weeks, I will let you guys know as soon as I see that it's ready, that he posts. I will let you know. But Jizz Plan is close to 19 ready. He's working on that. Let me go over here and take a gander. That's some of my old words. I'm gonna take a gander over here.
Gander over here.
I'm gonna take a gander over here. I don't see nothing else over here. I was looking to see if anybody had sent me a message about, hey, this updated, but no, I don't see nothing.
Stuart, so UK Turk 1.0.6 is a go.
Yeah. That's he installed the new version.
Okay.
So yeah, that's so that will be so good to go on that. Oh, up. All right, Blue's back.
Hey.
Blue, welcome back.
Hello.
Or she's not.
Nope.
She's on mute. I see she's on mute. She's muted. So we'll go with that. So let me go ahead and we're going to roll up the show because I got a call for an Uber because there she is.
Yes, she is.
Hey. Sidetrack.
Hey, babe. How are you doing?
Hey, sweetheart. How many beers in are you now?
Just 3.
Only 3.
You want to try your breathalyzer now?
No, because I just drank. You can't test it right away.
Okay.
Because it completely throws it off. You got to wait 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And my buddy he's an ex-cop. We talked about that, and he says, "You're trusting a breathalyzer that you bought for $10?" I said,
Yeah.
"No, I didn't trust it. I was just testing it."
Exactly, just to see where you kind of fall.
And he says, "Well, you can't trust it right after you drink." And I was like, "Okay." And he says, "So why did you buy it?" I said, "Because it was $10."
Okay, wait. So in other words, if you go drinking and driving right from the bar and you get pulled over right away, then that shouldn't be right? Because you got booze on your breath. So how much of that is actually in your blood?
Whose favor is that working in though?
Yeah, exactly. Theirs.
The police. The police favor. So you could truly be a 0.04 and then you blow it and you're like, "Oh, you're 0.09. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. By the time you get down the station, you're not.
Just say, do me again.
So what you probably need to do is you need to be that person that argues not to be tested at the road and wait till you get, because you can do that. You can tell them, "Hey, check me out when I get to
I don't know if that's the same in here.
If you're white. If you do that by me, you're getting shot.
So there's white privilege for you. Sorry. Sorry. So
drunk black man confronts police officer because he doesn't want to give his breathalyzer. Yeah, so I
think I saw him reaching for something.
I've seen like 40 of those clips on YouTube already.
Oh gosh. All right. So look at the beach says you were just waiting for a stroll down memory lane. Babe, did you listen to us when we were talking about old Saturdays?
I was cooking.
Oh, okay. Because we talked about Saturday cartoons. Did you guys have those up in Canada?
Yes, honey. Yes.
Did you?
We had cartoons.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't know what you people did up there in the snow if you're able to even get half the channels or any channels really.
Well, in all honesty, normally me and my dog sled would head out every day and driving from one igloo to another. Exciting times.
The dog sled. All right. So DeBeach says, "Wait to see the butcher on Judge Judy argue with his $10 breathalyzer." Says, "My breathalyzer said so." So good times. All right. So those are our big events. What is the big events that's going to happen over the weekend? I know that Albin keeps track of all the fighting.
Yeah, not all the fights, but I know there are fights tonight. I would like to check them out. Bellator tonight.
Yeah, Bellator is tonight.
Tomorrow's UFC really isn't anything great.
Yeah.
I think that Dana White's just looking to make a couple bucks off of younger, the newer guys, and then maybe every now and then he'll throw someone who used to be good. And yeah, because I think like Belfort is fighting. Is Belfort fighting
what's the guy that Russian? What starts with a Y?
Yanni.
No. We know his name.
Yeah.
We know his.
I remember when UFC used to only be like a couple times a year, and now it seems like every second weekend.
Listen,
every other week, every
weekend, and he's making all kinds of money.
Brutal.
It is.
So this weekend, so I looked at the Bellator fights. That's tonight. Pretty much. I mean, if you're a fight lover, maybe you'll find some good fights in there. I didn't see anything that really grabbed my attention. Tomorrow night, Robert Whittaker versus Gastelum.
Yeah,
which that should be a decent fight because we know Robert Whittaker is he's a no quit guy. I mean, he's going to fight.
The guys just said Andre Arlovsky.
Arlovsky,
yes,
that's what I was thinking of.
Yep, Andre Arlovsky.
Take someone great guy like him, who's I don't know why he's still fighting. I would never get in the ring with him, but just give it up now because they keep putting you up against guys that you don't know anything about, and they end up beating them. And it's just like, I hate seeing this guy go out like that,
Yeah, I mean,
he's making money every time, right?
You're looking at
he's not making that much though.
But he's making money. It's better than making money.
They're not making much. That's why you guys.
He's making more than Mickey Rourke did in The Wrestler. I'll tell you that.
That was a hit against Dabs right there. All right, so Andre Arlovsky is 30-20. Right. And as Albin's saying, his record that 20 losses,
Mhm.
I bet you that's in the last.
That's the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's and I bet you 10 of those losses were in the last 2 years,
Mhm.
if not more than those 10 losses.
Yeah.
He's fighting a guy that's 15-6.
Mhm.
So a guy that is more on the up and
Mhm.
coming, and Arlovsky's on the opposite. He's going
Yeah.
down as.
Okay, well, I'm
as
totally cheering for him then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Old guy.
He used to
Yeah.
use. Remember his mouthpiece
Yeah, his
used to look like
mouthpiece. Yeah.
fangs.
Yeah.
It looks like he looked like vampire fangs. Is the
Yeah.
way his mouthpiece looked.
Yeah. He was an
So,
animal. You know.
Jeremy Stevens is fighting tomorrow. Again, another guy, 18 and 20, or 28 and 18. Another guy going this direction while
Mhm.
he's fighting a guy that's 11 and 2. Dakar
Right.
Colts, which is going this way.
Mhm.
So it's like you're.
Yeah. It's
Other than the main event,
And on a side note, it was very cool to see George St. Pierre once again in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
yeah.
He was in the first episode.
was he?
'Cause he was in
Yeah.
what was he? He was in Winter Soldier originally, the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, George St. Pierre, Canadian boy.
oh yeah, we're pull for the Canadians.
Had some
Okay,
cool
so-
moves in the Captain America movie though. Him and Captain America facing off there.
Mhm.
Dude can still move like crazy.
Oh
like
yeah.
a,
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I always liked watching George
although
St.
he's
Pierre.
go back.
Yeah.
So that kind of
Mm.
no offense, Eddie.
So, all right. So we're gonna roll out of here. It's time for me to head out. Miss Blue, do you have anything to finish up with before we leave?
Give Mike a squeeze for me.
I gotta give Mike a squeeze.
Yeah.
You call it a mic?
Blue says I gotta give you a squeeze. My homie's here. We're going out.
Oh, your
So,
homie. Oh, I thought you were talking about.
my best friend's here. Mike's here.
Okay.
He swung by here. So he's ready to pick us up. So thank you, Blue. Alban, anything you want to say before we go?
Nope. Enjoy your night out. Thank you to everyone out there on the side chat. Remember, you can jump into the Telegram group for the fights.
Yep.
We have a lot of fun in there also. And that's about it. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Don't forget, you can vote early. And we're gonna also might put up the movies that we might want to start voting on for the next episode of Player Pass. And have a good week, guys. All right.
Hey,
Thanks. Like, share, subscribe.
hit the thumbs up.
Please.
Hey.
You want me to mute her? You want me to mute her, Alban? Is that what you're saying? All right. so thank you to Beach.
We have a drinking game every time you say across instead of across.
I didn't say across today.
He had the T on the end of it.
Oh,
Across.
okay.
Shut up.
And
All right.
across
So
the street.
thanks for everyone watching. Thank you to Beach for posting Chaos Walking and A Man Called Ove is our movies to watch
Ovi?
for next Wednesday.
Mhm.
Ove. I call Ove.
Ovi.
We'll watch for the fights for this weekend. If you're new to Telegram and you're like, Alban said something about a fight network, look up me or look up Alban and we can try to get you an invite. It is a Telegram chat where guys are watching the fight and are posting stuff during the fights. So you have more of a interaction and kind of BSing while the fights are happening. So it's kind of fun. So it's a good time. So look for us on that. Look for us on Telegram. Thanks for everyone watching. We're actually below the hours. We're under 2 hours. So thumbs up. Watch us on Wednesday, and we'll see you because streaming matters to us because